Ooh, she looks unassuming, very innocent. I did not expect that tone out of her. Very thick, mature tone. I like her vibrato. I love when singers do that, when they do their vibrato and it's so delicate and it's so tender that it's just about in and out a little bit. There's almost little pieces of silence in it. I love when I hear singers do that. Beautiful transition. And another interesting thing about her that's worth pointing out, it's very easy for singers. We know that audiences react when we hit high notes, when we hold a note for a long time, or when we hold a high note for a long time. So, but in pop music, it's very tasteful, very interesting, very enjoyable for the audience, for the listener, to have pieces of silence. But it is very difficult as a singer. You really want to indulge, right? You want to hold it out. You want to show, oh, I could hold this forever. I could hold this forever. But what she's done so far is such a great example of a tasteful singer serving the audience and not just leaning into the song and using every piece of skill and every piece of air and every piece of breath. She cut that off earlier than she needed to, and I appreciate her. I'm inspired when I see singers like that, and I want to have that kind of reminder when I'm doing performances to be thoughtful and not just show off. That's very responsible art, if that makes sense. It's a nice, simple, tasty run. That's easy. That is sounding easy. I don't mean it's easy to do what she did. I mean, it puts us at ease to hear a singer go right into that airy, thinner place, just without any labor, without any effort. Lovely. Ooh, she went thinning out to falsetto, falsetto, and then stayed in a thicker tone, which is the principle I always call this is the principle of asymmetry. We love to hear things that are not off balance, but it keeps it more interesting, and we don't know what to expect when we have singers change the decisions they're making so that they're not same, same, same. Sweet, very sweet. If this is entirely live, it's very accurate. They're waiting for her to do something big. Although I'm kind of surprised. I don't know exactly what each of these judges is looking for in this case, but this is a very, very clean performance. I'm inclined to say, I don't know on shows like this if there can be even any editing, but it's very clean up until now. Oh, lovely little riff. There's another little riff that was tucked in there. She's the kind of singer that hides them in without being too razzle-dazzle and showy about them, and it's really lovely to see. You'd be surprised. If she took them out, you'd be surprised how much simpler it would sound, how much more pedestrian in some ways it would sound. It would still be beautiful. But when a singer can hide them in there and tuck them in there without showing you every little thing they're doing, it's very, very pleasant. That was almost like a tiny little falter, wasn't it? And I love that. I always point out, not to point out singers' flaws or faults. Heaven help me, I certainly don't need that reflected back at my own art, but I point it out because, yay, human, real, raw, authentic art. I love that. Okay, that's the same thing she did before. Thinning it out, staying in her full mix. I really love that decision she's choosing. This time, she sang it with her full voice all 3 times. Do you hear the difference? They're not turning. Are they meant to turn? Emotive. Do it! Yeah! It's a beautiful performance. Beautiful performance. Can you do pre-recording on these?
No, not these ones.
It's fucking flawless.
But they edited for sure. They definitely edited
in post.
Actually, I think most shows are more done in post than pre-recording.
For sure. It's way easier than trying to match lips and vowels.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
We know it sounds lovely to use floaty, airy falsetto in our higher notes, but what about in the lower notes? Try this exercise with me. We're going to do a simple descending scale, but we're going to stay in that whispery, falsetto-y place all the way down. Yeah. Hint, make sure you're taking a big juicy inhale when you do this exercise because we're using more air per second with this registration.